So here I am, once again, folks, showing up for you people, standing on the wall, if you will, marching back and forth, protecting you, always vigilant. This is fascinating. Data is coming out now that explains, Alex, a little bit of why we see this big job gap. So I got new data right here. So for months I've been saying, and you hear economists talking about this in the media, they're going, okay, well, we got 11 million jobs available and 8 million people unemployed, so we got this big job gap. Well, I can't tell you the exact number, but now we have a little bit more insight into why there's the big job gap. And here it is. It's ghost jobs. That's right, folks. Another phrase I never thought I would utter on a live broadcast. Ghost jobs. What are ghost jobs? Well, they're jobs that are posted, and so they look available, but they're not available. And you can apply to it, do everything, and the companies aren't responding at all because while they have posted it, they aren't trying to fill it. There's the short version. Now, I know that's going to piss off some of you folks, and it should, because you're out there applying and you see an open job and you get excited about it. It's just straight up false advertising, and there's some nuance to why companies are doing this. Either way, it's horrible. And by the way, here's the takeaway while I give you the data. I'm just going to give you the punchline and then go through the rest of the joke, because this is a joke. This is why you have got to make personal connections to jobs that you're interested in. Don't rely on the employment lottery system, which is just submitting resumes and sending out emails via LinkedIn and whatever, and then hoping that somebody knocks on your door. Don't do that. This is why so many people are frustrated. By the way, Alex, here's another thing. The data that we've seen and reported on the show, and then the phone calls we've received from people saying, look, Ken, I've applied for a lot of jobs and I'm getting nothing back at all. I apply, and all I hear is crickets, right? That's all I hear. Why? Ghost jobs. And it's really frustrating and disheartening. So according to a recent survey of 1,000 hiring managers conducted by Clarify Capital, it's a boutique lending firm, 40% of managers have had a job posting open for over 2 to 3 months. 1 in 5 managers said they don't plan to fill their current open job positions until 2023. More on that in a second. And half of managers said they keep job postings up because they're always open to new people, even if they're not actively recruiting. So there's the answer. Some people are just putting it out there going, I don't plan to hire right now, but if some sort of unicorn comes walking into our job applicant system, well, maybe we change our mind, right? So it's like the guy who goes, I'm not dating right now, but I'm telling everybody I'm dating. I'm putting myself out on all these dating sites. I'm not interested in a relationship unless some supermodel jumps into my mentions or whatever it is that happens over there on these sites or tells me they're interested, right? It's just, you know, it's perspective. I'll just see what happens. All right. Well, it's very frustrating to people. Some researchers say that job openings might mean something different today than it used to, because companies are constantly adjusting to the swings in the economy and, you know, they're just playing it safe. Others speculate, other experts on this speculate that companies are posting jobs but not trying hard to fill them because not just of the uncertainty of the economy, but they want to attract people in case they lose some people. So it's like they want to have a bench, if you will. Like, wait a second, we might lose somebody this month, and if we do we have somebody to replace them? So it's like they're trying to hedge their bets on people quitting. Now, the reason that people are quitting is because guys like me are saying, look, we got 11 million jobs available. But wait a second. What if a million of those 11 million jobs are ghost jobs like this survey points out? We don't know how many. So what do we got? Lazy companies, which we do. What if we have companies that are hedging their bets, right? They're going, I'm going to post the job opening, but I'm not going to fill it unless some unicorn walks in. Well, then that creates an environment where people are leaving jobs, and then they get out and they think, well, there's a lot of jobs out there. but maybe there aren't as many jobs. And then the jobs that they're posting for and trying to get, they can't get because they're not being hired. Sometimes companies are posting vacancies because they want to give the impression that their company is growing. This is what recruiters are saying. So this is straight up lying to try to look better than they are. So there's your reasons. They're lying, trying to bolster their image. They're trying to hedge their bets against people leaving, or they're looking for the unicorn. So there you go. Here's some data. Clarify Capital in the survey found that 50% of hiring personnel with open job postings, they're not actually seeking to fill them. They're just always open to new people. So if you're not super impressive and you don't stand out, they're not looking at you, which is why you need to use my techniques. The proximity principle still works and always will work. If you're going for a job position that they may not actually be wanting to hire, they're just looking for somebody impressive to stand out, I got news for you. You're probably not going to stand out in your resume. How are you going to stand out? When somebody you know walks into the hiring manager and goes, hey, we posted a job. Let me tell you about Bob or Sue, which, by the way, nobody tells anybody about Bob or Sue. I need to come up with a better name there. Maybe Sebastian and Samantha. Yeah. Those are better names. Now I just hacked off everybody named Bob and Sue, but you get the point. So you got to understand that it's if you want to stand out and actually get somebody's attention, you need to look like you're super attractive. And one of the ways you're going to do that is by somebody who works in that building walking up to that hiring manager going, hey, look, we posted a job apparently, and I got a friend, and they start telling the story and they start building you up and you look impressive. And all of a sudden they go, okay, I'll do that interview. 43% of those hiring managers surveyed said that they left job listings up to give off the impression that the company's doing really great. So you know what this is? This is crab pot stuff. So when my brother and I were growing up, we lived on tidal waters in Virginia. And we love seafood to this day. I still love crab. I love fresh crab. So my dad went out and bought us crab pots. And if you're not familiar with what a crab pot is, it's just a big old square. And it looks like it's chicken wire, made of chicken wire. And it's got a little contraption in it. And you put a bunch of chicken necks and just old chicken, stuff that mom didn't cook. And you throw it in the crab pot. And you drop the pot in the water. And you just leave it. And then later you come back. And once a day, my brother and I, we in the summertime, we didn't do this during school, we'd pull up the crab pot and we saw what we had in it. And a lot of time it's nothing. So you got to pull it out. But sometimes it would be a whole bushel of crabs. This is what companies are doing with these ghost things. They're not really intentional. They're just kind of going, we'll put the job offer out there. I mean, the job opening out there, and we'll see what comes in the crab pot. So I'm calling this out because I told you I'm on the wall, right? I got my gun on my shoulder and I'm walking across the wall. I am your sentry looking out for you. More than ever, this data ought to wake you up. You ought to be solely focused on acquaintances. LinkedIn did the biggest study, 21 people, weak ties. That means acquaintances. So what did they say? They said there were two key things. Number one, you had 2 to 10 mutual acquaintances of that acquaintance. And number two, you didn't talk to them very much. You got to put the word out to people that know who you are, and they are willing to help you. Or else you're just playing the crab pot politics, and you're getting frustrated, and you're getting ignored, and you're getting discouraged. And that's what I'm concerned about. Relationships, the proximity principle works.